Hi, I'm Gene with Performance Bicycle, and I'm going to show you how to remove and install the shifters from a mountain bike. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the grips. So the grips slide straight off. And then we're going to loosen the clamp bolts on the brake levers and slide those straight off. And we're going to move this brake lever off. Now, sometimes you might have to rotate the handlebar to provide a little slack in the cable to get it all the way off. And now we're going to remove the shifter. Just take a 5mm Allen wrench and loosen the clamp. Again, here I'm moving the handlebar to get a little slack in the housing. And same thing over here. Loosen it and pull it off. Need to slacken up the housing a little bit by rotating the handlebar, and there we go. And these shifters are off. Now, to put the shifters back on, it's the same process, but there is kind of a order that you need to put these back on, okay? Left side's going to be your front shifter and your front brake lever. Right side's going to be your rear shifter and rear brake lever. Shifters go on first, okay? So, we'll find this is our front shifter. Slide it on. And this is our front brake lever. We'll slide it on. Now the brake lever really needs to go on top of the shifter. Now we're just going to slide these on. We're not going to tighten these up just yet. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Rear shifter, slide it on. Rear brake lever. Again, you might need to rotate the handlebar just a little bit to be able to get it on there. Over the top, slide it on, and now you're going to put your grips back on. Slide your grips back on all the way. You want these grips all the way on. These happen to be lock-on grips, but you want the grips all the way on so they're flush with the end of the handlebar. And now we're going to make the fine adjustment on the angle of your brake levers and your shifters. Now to do that, I need to drop the bike down onto the ground because you want to do this while you're in the riding position. All right, now we're ready to fine-tune the positioning of our brake levers and shifters, okay? We're going to move the shifters as far in as we can get them, and we're going to move the brake levers there also. Now, while you're straddling the bike, and put your hands on the grips, and you want to move the brake lever in or out so where you can use either one finger or two fingers to operate the brake lever, okay? I like using two-finger version. I'm going to kind of float my two fingers over the top of the brake lever, and I'm going to press down on the brake lever so where when I'm in a riding position, this angle that I have between my hand, wrist, and forearm is a very, very straight angle, okay? Now you can see if the brake lever is too high, you can see how it really puts a very uncomfortable angle in my wrist. But as I rotate this down and I'm in my riding position, this angle starts straightening up quite a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this brake lever down at that position. And then I'm going to bring my shifter in, snug it up against the brake lever. And I can kind of rotate this around a little bit, but I'm going to find a place where that shift paddle, the thumb paddle on the shifter, is in a nice comfortable position that it's easy to reach. So, but you find a nice position and that's nice and comfortable, easy to reach. And then you want to tighten that shifter down onto the handlebar, okay? Make sure, there's one important thing, make sure that this shifter body does not come in contact with the body of the brake lever, okay? Sometimes these plastic bodies can bind up and reduce your shifting performance if there's contact between the shifter body and the brake lever body. Okay, that's how you install shifters onto a mountain bike. If you have any questions, call or text support, or come by and visit one of our spin doctors at your local Performance Bicycle. And have a great ride.